and how you guys are trying to get to that level yourselves right now.
The biggest thing is during the off season, just getting constructive criticism from all the teams, just like kind of also just going, seeing what other teams are doing and things like that. I mean, you got a championship team, like you said, 3 of them. So it's like, hey, what are those guys over there doing? Like, what type of practices are they having? Because I mean, everybody has ball players as far as like down the roster and things like that. Every team is set up differently, but it's like, what puts them over the edge, like their work ethics, what puts them over the edge as far as like what they're doing in the weight room, things like that. So it's kind of like that mindset. So then you take it to your team, just like the conversation and stuff you get, just be like, how can you be a championship team? As far as like, of course it started by just showing up first. That's the biggest thing. And we had a lot of our players in for the OTAs, which is great, just because we can get a head start on things.
Your brother Quinnen took part in this event last year. What has he told you about this to kind of get you ready? And has he shared any techniques, or are you like, I'm the better fisherman, I don't need to hear from you?
Nah, the first thing I thought about, I just asked him like, bro, what you wore? Just because I know for a fact it'd be hot out there and stuff. So then actually they told us about these shirts. They got sunscreen in the shirts.
Like
Like a UVA protectant,
yeah. I didn't know that. I'm probably went into practice. So went into practice during training camp. So yeah, so that's another trade I just learned right there. So, but the biggest thing is, man, I'm gonna just learn a lot from him.
What are the emotions that you kind of go through, especially when you learn you're going to join the Jets, play with your brother, and just share that experience? Not a lot of brothers. I mean, it's hard to. You only got one team out there that you could both play on at the same time. It's hard to come together and both be on the same team at the same time. What emotions and experiences have you shared together playing on the Jets?
Oh, there's a lot of excitement. Every single play he makes, every single play he doesn't make also. So we celebrate together, but we also criticize each other as far as like constructive criticism. Like, I'm his biggest fan, he's my biggest fan. So that's the biggest thing. Well, I probably ain't his biggest fan now. I think Miranda True probably got that right now. But I'm up there though. I make sure my presence is known every time he make a play, whether I'm 10 yards down the field or standing right next to him though. So it's like every single play you get to celebrate, and also every single play I also get to correct him on something too. And then turns around, I take constructive criticism from my brother too, and it's like right then, right there on the field. So it's just like having that relationship. Just take that to the fishing tournament tomorrow. So just like that constructive criticism, like, hey, you gotta reel that thing in a little longer now. So yeah, I'm actually excited for it though.
Awesome, perfect, thank you.
As a defense, how do you avoid frustration when, 2 years ago you guys are right there on the cusp of, winning the AFC East, making the playoffs, and then last year, Aaron Rodgers getting hurt and the defense still showing up week in and week out and making you guys competitive. Is there a frustration that sets in, or how do you keep from becoming a frustrated unit?
No, it is something that set in though, but it's not frustration. It's more like adversity though. So it's like one of those things where it's like, long as, let's be honest, the season was a roller coaster. The last couple of years been a roller coaster, but I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, I wouldn't change the people I'm in that roller coaster with though. That's the biggest thing. So we just keep the outside noise, and then just focus on going 1-0 every week. So long as every time I come into work and I hear that the goal is going 1-0 that week, all right, I'm good. Like, I'm ready to battle for my team. I'm ready to go out there and do my best because I know they're going to do their best to get that 1-0. So that's kind of like our mindset when that, what you consider frustration, I consider adversity hit.
From Murray State to now the Jets, first team All-Pro last season, talk about just kind of your development as a player all the way here and now reaching kind of the heights in the NFL, at least individually.
The biggest thing is like the goal is like being an All-Pro. So like All-Pro is that step that you get when you're in the league, other than Hall of Fame. Let's be honest, that Hall of Fame, what you need though. So that's the top goal to like your accolades. So it's not really more like the accolades, it's more like playing for my teammates for real. So like, but this year I did want my stamp though. So it's like coming from a small school, a lot of adversity and things like that, make a lot of sacrifice. So you want your sacrifice to pay off. You want somebody to actually see your sacrifices and things like that. So I feel like that's what that stamp gave me, like, all right, he's working, but I mean, it's not one of those things where it's like solidified. It was like a 2023 All-Pro. So it's like next year you gotta be able to do the same thing. So as far as like, all right, you got the blueprint for it now, it's like, can you continue to follow that blueprint to be the same, to get to the same spot? Then also, can you tweak that with like something that you get, like turnovers was my biggest thing. Like if I had more turnovers, I'd probably be the best linebacker in the league. So it's like always, it's always like, ways you can get better for real.
And taking that into fishing, your development from
There you
Murray State all the way here, are you looking to do that in the fishing world as well?
I'm going from a little boat in the pond to a big ocean, so there you go.
I love it.